Mamma wakwa babra Dr. Ren Politics so any day more oba no abomodiana wa share your Facebook live no abomodiana share your between nkomo. You be din nkomo afa the new Patriotic Party NPP political party no ensem bi ACC wo mu a me ne omienu you be din nkomo. And it me share wa wonya bape no share the video. Let's talk. NPP political party. Yeni nkomo. Amema Roberta Omare Akwaba. Any day mo onya ba me stream two different friends saying devices so intimate be call left right for check me na for free me why. They tie NPP political party no. Womo womo nipa bi a friend Nana B. The youth organizer or the assembly atubia. Efa taxes are buying ebeji. Emission taxes. Your friend is saying. Nana B akasa. Akasa fa a friend is saying. Taxes no. Now why crying Nana B? Nana B a brand TB or MP before Womo youth organizer. You be doing come off and because asem na wakan ese ebusa won say sabio ni nyina so a wo de kasa asem no enesen na bi kroyi ebebusa no oti ase oye the national organizer for NPP party nobu mwakwaba YouTube for me mamunyina mwakwaba. You see, making kind story if free joy if must see government must withdraw unnecessary emission levy immediately. Nanabi Kobes which yaw Nanabi said government must withdraw unnecessary emission levy immediately. Nanabi the national organizer of the ruling New Patriotic Party, Henry Nanabuachin, commonly known as Nanabi, is urging the government to immediately withdraw the emission levy. Nanabi contends that emission levies are typically imposed on developed nations that have embraced electric cars to address climate change. He said Ghana has not reached a stage where electric cars are prevalent enough to justify imposing such a levy on petrol and diesel vehicles. During the interview with Accra-based P7 on Friday, February the 2nd, Nanabi called on President Akufo-Addo to instruct the finance minister to withdraw the levy. It must be withdrawn. It is unnecessary. The finance minister must retract it. He must retract it immediately. Already, the Ghana Private Road Transport Union, GPRTU, has suggested a potential fare increase in response to the implementation of the Emission Levy Act 2023 Act 112, despite the earlier suspension of the proposed 20% fare hike in January. Following the intervention by the Transport Ministry, the government has now implemented the Emission Levy tax. This tax is designed to mitigate carbon emission from vehicles. Abushia, you have someone Nanabi Edi Atuja. Mostilo, Cordier. Nanabi as someone working in an say abine enshena a emission tax no. Onye den unretracted. According to Nanabi, abine unretracted because the timing wrong. According to Nanabi, Sebio, aban ede bibi sabeba, and yet this particular year, a year election season, Anna wode eba nesa, ebema the government aye very, very unpopular to the voters. Now it tells you clearly said, Yanko for ya, woman from home, and paying for your mudi or mine anymore. The question we all have to ask ourselves, they said, ain't Yebusa. Question me busa me no me na yebusa. And he said election year dia enka Ghana for sebio. Yenko na sebio. Yen tia taxes. because any election year. That is what Nana B episode watching. Episode watching say, Sebu, any idea. One more bepe power, into more bepe power, any idea. Send your TBR, abanya day, and find an into election also. Now, on draw a year emission levy, no. Which means, say, yeah, about 1 year barber to the year. Inka abanya day. En koso na nka onye day on taxi Ghanaians because Sebu Ghanaians deserve to pay taxes. Now you see the problem with politicians. The problem with the Ghanaian politicians, you say they don't think about the people's plight. They don't care about the struggle Ghanaians go through. All that they care about, they say, let's win election, enrich ourselves, make sure our family is rich, make sure our family prosper at the peril of the Ghanaian. Ishmael Idris, yes, Elijah Ren, no. And then Elijah Ren said, Obeko a friend said, TMA. So this is what a friend is saying. Emranti, Nana B, Eda Woman, national organizer for the new Patriotic Party. Or the Atu Yakufimo Akwa. Now you see, it's very, very sad. It's sad because Nana B conversational work is not based on say Ghana for who chere womu. It is based on say ye kotoaba. Na sa hu chere too much a Ghana for ntoaba ne mfa mayen. Ojiase, thank you Ishmael. Thank you Idris. Ismail Idris. Thank you. Bangura, nice name. Nana B premises are what they can assume say you retracting emission taxes no is because this year is the election year. It didn't care so much about the Ghanaian. It is because they want to break the 8. Inti si atu abani we are near the taxes na sa ba pay mo so because according to them the timing is wrong. You see how these politicians think. Me want to say, I'm for a document. We may prepare me document it over. Me want to say, politicians know that many Ghanaians don't reason. Many Ghanaians are emotionally attached to their political parties, and in the based on emotions, no. They allow their emotions to override their reason. Look, I am somebody, and thanks to freedom fighters, I'm you can't someone would see us into munim the ever can't see a munim the mabetcher as here. Nana B, as some of a kind, a year 419. And ask me why. Nana B is a friend. He used to live here in London. Se munim Nana B ne papa ye watching mattress. What a watching mattress, and the banner Nana B. Nana B, question is Mubisa Nana B say. Nana B, na say abino cabinet meetings. Omoko. Who can be? You represent your political party at cabinet meetings. Inti meeting biya anwa a foul my Ghana. Nana B with Mubi, the chairman of NPP with Mubi, the general secretary of NPP with Mubi. Inti before her, a finance minister Bekaze, or the emission taxes they will discuss it at cabinet meeting. As uncle for we are crap the bread. Kesiawa MPP mono muka meetings no na mu meetings no mu tie wi a na ma banek National Executive Council na ma be bo amane ase ye call cabinet meeting no ya no say wo mu be introduce emission tax na mo ni neck for a discuss it eye mo party neck for no ebe discuss it say Bawumia any a kufuado ne Nanado say ye the emission taxes eba. Enti enso ye yete ye gitu mu nti ye bebo mo nek amane. Samusu mu gitu mu a ye be ka kire Minister of Finance and Finance say the 2024 budget no on function. Enti nanabi ba bonting trying to play smart on the minds of Ghanaians no. Me Dr. Ren, me say eye adanko dada be. Ye mu bi ye be bie Ghana fo ani efa politicians on say eye NDC, say eye NPP, say eye CPP. Me Dr. Ren, me bie wani. Omo ba no be ka ensem no a me ye yemfa emotions ne tie politicians o. Ma pa the stage of me the emotions etie MPP ni NDC. And maybe a trim na me te say NDC followers, MPP followers, political slaves near the emotions and the tea warm. Near yemfa reasoning and then a tea warm. And I mention you'll be a tea warm. I am not quick to comment and respond because I need to get understanding, comprehension, and then later application with the wisdom no and what be doing common. Nana B, a 419 and a hypocrite guy. Very, very hypocrite. Unim the entia. What meetings are discussion course about the emission taxes. He never raised his hand and said to the president and the government, the party, say, this emission tax, no, we should remove it from the 2024 budget. 2024 budget was read last year. And yet this year, Nanata Kramichana, and yet this year, and you be ready to 2024 budget. It was read last year. Intinanabi is aware already. Now, only the Omotie. Omoko meetings, cabinet meetings, they don't talk. They agree on every policies. Omoji tumu wi omosi oh. Sadi amichia. Omoji tumu wi omosi oh. Mumfa nko na Ghana fosu hu a na asoma na nabi se ko ka kire omosi aban no redraw na aban na redraw no wi aga so NPP national organizer be kan enti aban na tie wo moboa. It's a 419. A hypocritical. Makachiro said, yen me Dr. Ren. Any policy by any person I was so person called Jubilee House, I will put on my Facebook and I will interrogate them. We NDC, if you open your mouth, I will interrogate your speech. Me be fan of foot soldier. I will know ye political slave. I will be swallow no without understanding. So stage me chem wo. We MPP. Now so person still who break you 8. Who be cancel. I will interrogate you. But the minyan sabato because I own my own thought. I didn't know now the mammy, I mean the mammy. Why am I bodamini? Why am I sanin? Or some 5 minute. I want some and until a matras, I make chile Alaji Ren. What do you say? Lafia lu matnase. Maybe young pence, watch I say. A brantian a friend and an abino or a hypocrite. Matna cabinet meetings. You people agreed. Nobody disagreed. Now, quality didn't. Matna meetings as you. Nobody disagreed. What the message ni free cabinet meeting? Akok neck. You can neck. MPP for neck near the highest friend is a body. I hear the National Executive Council. I'm a demo council so I can answer a budget no. Ye be chro gu nkrata so. Na finance minister as the akọ parliament akọ lay before the floor. Mashe amamo party. All of the 137 MPs as I say, I agree on the budget. Eba bontinia. Wabejina say, oh, withdraw the emission levy. The timing is wrong, which means say, you will reintroduce the levy. It means that you don't really care about the people. You are not putting into consideration the plight and the suffering of the masses. All you want to do is to say, election, reintroduction. Are you following the conversation? The chronology of the case are made to him who followed here. And this is what they say. Nanabi make comment to say, oh, Akufo-Addo tell the finance ministers to withdraw the emission taxes, the timing is stronger. He is being dishonest to the Ghanaian. He is not being fair to the Ghanaian. Number 3, he is insulting the intelligence of us. Number 1, he is a hypocrite. Number 3, he's not being fair to the Ghanaian. Number 2, he's not being fair to the Ghanaian. Number 3, he's insulting the intelligence of every Ghanaian. Because he was part of the meeting. The cabinet meeting, the general secretary of the NPP cabinet meeting, the national organizer of the cabinet meeting, the chairman of the NPP of the cabinet meeting. So every meeting, across to be an otias here. No more party amania. It as someone an abikan. Funu say a atron wo person to go any so no create impression be say, oh yeah, fight your mamo. Now I'll tell you why Nana B is doing this. 7 February, Bawumia Bekasa. My lectures, and I've told you already, or take our government team or my lectures. And I'm coming to open your eyes. The strategy of the NPP in 2024. Many women and nam. But so we see emotions and deep party. But our stage, a Ghana first and a third force. And I'm a dinner. Set third force is I will open your eye for you to think and not be a political slave and swallow everything from your political party. Put mother Ghana first. Umame Ghana no. Jene one first. It's a policies be omodeba ebeboa and some moka no krebi wom atron womudi. Bisa questions. Omani ya menu mi no dia enye nipa ba akodia. Emu obi nhunehuna. Emu obi mfa brofo tantan hunehuna. Uba UK a. Uko Scotland a. Omo brofo ye different from brofo I can or London. Uko a friend is saying, well, sir, omo brofo ye different from brofo Liverpool for can. Brofo a Manchester for can. Ye different. Emu obi mfa obi kasa embe hunehuna. Don't be afraid. Listen to wisdom. Kick away fear. When it comes to Ghana politics, don't be afraid of any politician. You are a Ghanaian. We give people opportunity. So don't let any politician, MP, minister, to come and threaten you and make you feel, say, no, he is better off than you. Never, never, never. I'm telling you from my heart. Never. And I mean it. Thankfully, I went to the best schools in Ghana and I'm with them. It's not like they are better than me and I'm better than them. The only thing is that Ghana gave them opportunity to serve. And instead of serving us, they've become thieves and stealing from us. Because the servants know where you hid your treasures. And these servants have stolen us. And they think that they are better off than us. Nana B should cut the crap. Eunice with us. Nana B should cut the crap. And the pankasa. Now you see this 419 attitude. I don't know Akufo-Addo the Shasi. Any or my Ghana or my dad dying with their sweet lips. Young could do baby. Why am I saying this? Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia. Proper magazine. Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia. Samubasha. He is trying to distance himself from this government. He is the vice president too. He is trying to distance himself from this government. Ebusia, share this video because it's very, very important. Who are YouTube as well? Subscribe, Dr. Ren TV, and share and return and come and listen to wisdom. Listen, Dr. Bawumia is trying to distance himself from Akufo-Addo's government. They told us that he was the head of the economic management team, EMT. Now, lie. So why is Bawumia trying to run away from the economy? Because he knows that the economy is in a mess. He knows it. And he being the man that they hailed and pampered and told the nation that this is the Jack Welsh. This is the man, Adam Smith. He is coming to take us from the economic disaster of the NDC government. And that if we want to witness a transformation when it comes to the economy, we should vote for Akufo-Addo. Because Bawumia is the reason why the cedi depreciation during Kufuor's time was achieved. That is what Akufo-Addo told us. I'm not making anything up. So if today the Bawumia at the territory and was smart na nabimo, monkona monkwaka se wo aban emission levy ni de tifri so yifri wo yemfoa so, it's a lie. They are trying to paint Akufo-Addo demon. And you meeting a matna of which I know. I've got the information of these people in my hand like the way I see my palm. And you meeting a matna me say no be say. And the heka say, let's paint Akufo-Addo demon. Na Ghana for you na adwene ko Akufo-Addo ho. Na amanfo bebre no anyi o ma adwene free Bawumia so. Ni enkanche Ghana for say Mahama de we di president da. Akufo-Addo so di president da. Wo mu nyina ro ma bon nti antoma Bawumia ne enso na ehwe. I'm telling you the gospel truth. It is obesha. Continuously they are painting Akufo-Addo demon and painting and washing Bawumia as a holy angel. Somebody whiter like a snow, or even whiter than the snow. The archangel, Thomas Bawumia, he doesn't know any sin. He who is without sin cast the first stone, but Bawumia was throwing aspersions and insult and other things when he was in opposition. 7 good years, 8 years. Let me even stop saying 7 years. 8 years as a vice president. He's now running away and going to what? Central University or UPS or whatever to give lectures to us, to lecture us. Do we need lectures? Or we need practical examples? You are not somebody in opposition. You are part of the cabinet meetings. I've not heard you resign, and I'll use Côte d'Ivoire as an example. Maybe the example may not be too something for, relate, but let me try and make you understand. Côte d'Ivoire football ebo AFCON. The head coach and what to woman Australia to qualify the Ivorians to even the quarterfinals. Or resign ye me bwana. Bawumia mekan kire ye say Akufo-Addo amemo na bon ti o twe ne ho afri ne ho. No, he's still part of them. He still collects salary. He travels with them. He enjoys the goodies. When there is, your friend is saying, praiseworthy, they mention his name. He's the man, digitalization. He wants to take credit for digitalizing the economy of Ghana, but does not want to take credit of the mess of the economy. Such a person, we don't need to entrust him with the nation because he has shown clearly that he's untruthful and he's a Muslim. And that is why these days, when somebody tells me he's a Muslim, I looked at them two, because years ago, some of my parents, some of my grandpeople, uncles and grandmothers that lives in the, your friend is saying, Takwa Bena Chim, Awudia, Huniso, Pristia, Bibrinwa, and Cramofo. Maybe what for Bibri and Cramofo. My grandmothers Bibrinwa, no almost some of the Muma Boffon. Ubame Bushimo, Waudu, the way Sakawo. Maybe Bushimo. To me, those days, I'm coming an hour. When an annie be the Miko Masalachi, near the Marco Bompire. Sanity. Jinam saying Cramofo, but we didn't cry no Muslim and Troja. And you see, this our people. They are playing with the minds of Ghanaians. Because what they say was or the political emotion, political slave attitude. Albert Anochibichia, oh, you too. What the Argini be diagro, a busham say share video no. Chimie. And these are some of the things you have to understand. Then, Wafaya, share freedom fighters, your coordinator. And Utie Bawumia noa. Wayana was what Chin West Yakufu, Chino, or Kakufa the government. Akufuado. And I am painting the black, Bawumia there. Or your strap off. What you say? This behavior and attitude by the NPP, no, it is working gradually. Juma. I'm for Jumadi. I'm for Unu Bawumia said Bawumia there, or cano crack. And so, Ope be or trofua. Eya laji Bawumia. Wono no ko say. Imam bibo so obema ne sika. No wawie ye. Wo ya ne 419 ma imam ne ba bonten be kasa ye. Me boana e videos no wo circulate. Enti Bawumia no de e ma ya nji Bawumia ne ndi saa. Tie bi he. Bawumia no me say, am I engineering this? Oh, Bejine dia. Oh, Jinedi at your own peril. Me say, Nanabi ka cabinet meetings. What na sibi? And woman this emission tax na budgeting. One objective. I'm yanka say overrule. And one babontia meka. And you went from this shouting from Nanabi. Oh, Mr. President, ebeya ye emission free mu because at the end of the day, the ecoso no bema Ghana for and to abandon farm mayen is because of abattoir. And yeah, because Sebio Ghana elections na ye kwakoto no, they think about the Ghanaian there be and Ghana ni no mo dwene no. And Ghana ni no mo dwene ye ho. Because Nanabi will not make a statement say the timing is wrong. The timing is wrong. The timing is wrong. Which means he said after election, they will reintroduce the emission taxes. Obia wa follow Dr. Ren Achebia. Makacho say, sa emission taxes. Nanya fe no de ba yo. Ye tia dada. Tax on pollution. Ye tia. TME. Tax on pollution, ye tia. In this year, tax on pollution there. And then the Chinese Ghana Krono the airspace no you're more polluted in teachers or chance would taxes on Sebu. I'm a Macase Ghana Utiwa, we fusha when perform function minimum, we fusha your tax. I've said this on my page, so I don't see why people are making a fuss about this. Say, oh, this. The reason why they said you people when we do videos and we put it down. You don't cut the pages, you don't cut the segments and circulate it for people to see how wicked and devilish these political parties are. Aminchia Auntie Barbara, Memoakwaba, John Boachimicha, Gershon Michia. The people leading us today, they are more than criminals. I've said this. And I will still invite them on my show. If they like, they should come. If they don't like, they should go somewhere. Me, I catch also on my Ghana first. No, maybe on my Ghana first now because me know Matna, and I know them. I know who they are. I know them. I know who they are. So we will speak truth. Any ad breaks. He crab So we will speak the truth and tell them the truth. So you cannot fool every Ghanaian. The days are not a bimunfa omutim winning. No matter the political slaves, no. Freedom fighters are gradually emancipating, illuminating our people from the darkness. Our politicians, Eddie Ashe. Papa Neba, I will say it. Eyeboni, I will raise the awareness for people to know. Nana be near the Netiwa East London here. Ni papa Nana Boachi mattress. Eja wasum MPP nti say na MPP aba power. Yen kona yen fa position bi mfa maneba. Na yen hwe na ne ba no so ndi yanim. Look, it is Ghana first though. This 419 attitude, Nicodemus Slee attitude, trying to distance Bawumia from this corrupt regime. In fact, I will show you something today about PDS. Bawumia was the person who sat under the meeting. I don't know why. Comment, share, and comment, like the show. You know, with me, I have followers. You know, everyone. You know, at followers at everyone. That amount for I may have video. PDS and one sense by Bawumia and another ethic PDS and sense Vice President. What I say? You have to understand. And I will say it's good that you are doing videos on YouTube because most of your videos are being deleted from Facebook. Yeah, these days, most of the videos be a while. I don't know what's happening. Anyway, the PDS. Remember the fact on PDS. The chronology leading to the real crime against Ghana. One of the greatest crime against Ghana, you got to about 2020. And I mean NDC for here. They are not talking for the Ghanaian NDC 4%. And that is the reason why I'm not going to follow the NDC. They said they will be follow. But they need to show them kakra. No me say, can they be trusted? Yet Ghana ama yakoto aba Sancho Kofi Akpafu Lolobi Likpe yakoto aba ne NDC be win was our constituency. And so MDC is not fighting for these people to get a representative in parliament. Can you imagine say nka NDC for fighting and we do who choboy 1 million on the street of Accra. Say yankoni to about Sancho Kofi Akpafu Lolobi Likpe to get a representative. No government will deny them. Police if we are Ghana, any police ni soldier, would woman now boom or do 100,000. Now omu accoutrement, omu machines, omu a friend is a Acadia Yadukuntapa. Get 1 million people on the street of Accra and tell the EC to announce date for election in Sancho Coffee, Akpafu, Lolobi, Lipe, NDC. Kept quiet. Mama is going on tour. Meanwhile, these people have been denied their fundamental rights of someone representing them in the House of Parliament. That is why I don't take NDC serious. That is why I don't take NDC serious. If you ask me, that is the reason. Because how can you sit down for a Kufuor to have his way? How can you sit down and say they did by doctor, you, these people? What did they do? They did it where? Where TV, and the question is saying. And the question is saying. People are among for say representative of parliament. They don't get their representative of parliament, and you say you love the country and you want to come to power and you have kept your mouth shut. Go to Tunisia, one person died, the whole country turning upside down. Let us stop this trying to defend NDC because you're an NDC member, you're an NDC follower. You always want to be like, if somebody talk about NDC, hey, let me defend. Those kind of attitude, munjai. You always pamper politicians. You pamper politicians to act foolishly, to act fully or folly or whatever pronunciation in background for the sir. Let's stop this behavior. Ujin say ye Tigana and ye see akotoaba. Ye ma ododio for a representative of parliament. Do you think Ghanaians will sit down? Do you think the people of Ododio will sit down? Because even though you are right, you know how this government is. My dear sister or my brother watching me, don't think about this government too. Then if we know this government, then this government should be allowed to rule. Then we should allow the government to rule, because we know who this government is. Even the colonial master self will fought them. The people with guns were fought. And you say you know this government. I know you are my side, but I also want you to understand. It's our time. And we fight the oppressor. These are the people who are oppressing us. Do you know what it means? Do you have the understanding that if the Sancho Coffee people, the Akpafu people, the Lolobi people, the Likpe people were allowed a representative in parliament, do you know that most of these taxes that today we see wouldn't have come? Because NDC would also have the 100 and whatever people, representatives. And this is what I want all of us to understand. Because if you leave the criminal and you leave the armed robber because you think the armed robber is right, then the armed robber will continuously steal you. But for how long? Now let me come back to my subject. Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia cannot distance himself from this corrupt NPP government. And I'm going to show you here. PDS, perhaps you've forgotten so soon. Let me show you where Bawumia sat in a meeting for this PDS. Perhaps maybe you don't know what PDS is. So let me just take my time and tell you about the Power Distribution Service. For short, PDS. So Kaya. And you see, I said this and I've said this. And if you have followed me, you bear witness. We say it looks like your video may I don't know. I don't know what Facebook is doing me here. and saying ad breaks disabled, ad break disabled. It looks like your video contains violence. Then the way I don't know. My video does not contain any violence. Facebook. I'm educating and informing. Ubekaya, me catch him say, Ekufuado no, onsuro NDC for. Ana me chire mu asɛm a meka me chire mu me ka asɛm a me nka ne kwa me ma wo nyina so me ma wo nkyire mu me mbɔ me sire mu na me ka asɛm bi a meka kyerɛ obi ano me wo ingyina so a me de ka asɛm because ɔkyena bi no na sɛ asɛm no ho ba ne yɛ de me kɔgyina court a metimi anya biribi a meka me no ka sɛ na ano Ekufuado no ɛma wɔn nkɔɔfoɔ bi ɛsi ɛmfa me nkɔ court asɛm no ɛsensan hɔ a ɛnkyɛ mebayi bi bɔtɔm sika nam de akɔkɔ court here in the UK and also in Ghana because you expose you not only on local level or Ghana, on the international level, because we believe that Ghana must be saved. Look, Assembly na me say NDC no yete NPP no womote NPP because of Rawlings. In Kofobi ka wo mu bo mu say yen two Rawlings and the gina so te NPP. San Kofo no omote wo ka mo bo mu say yen te NPP no emu bi no wo ma se ye JB dan kwa efo emu bi no wo ma se ye buzia. What you say? Enti Ekufuado ne de ono gina wa wo gina Ghana nyina no onsuro NDC ni gonipa na no osuro no wewu kɔ Rawlings. Enti he has no fear for John Mahama. In fact, John Mahama saw yakoda ewo nani so. And that is the reason why they take decisions anyhow, because they are not afraid. They are not. Because the person almost ruled, that person is dead and what? Buried. Sandy Panoso, only Rawlings. Abushia, I don't know what is happening to this my Facebook. The Facebook video and be and said and you may be a one more church no mamma. Mentiasi. I say my numbers no esotia because Facebook is be funny. I don't know why. Anyway. So what tie me obetiasi where I am coming from, any baby idea baby. Now, Bawumia cannot be trusted. In the end, obesi omiji boni ni nyina hye Kufuado. No ma Ghana fo nyina ji tum se wo no Bawumia ne de. Wo yo so abofo a wo boni bi ani ne ho. Enti nipa boni wo no ho. Nipa no a no de boni wo no ho. Eye sebio. Na nado dankwa Kufuado enti Ghana fo e abato na aye kwa akoto. Emeye nka se Bawumia na ye the problem. Nemo miyanko kase eye na nado dankwa Kufuado ono na ye problem. It is ye koto aba no a ye ntoma Bawumia. Se wadwene mu ye mmera obegye sansem no bi ayede edi. Say hampa Bawumia de he is not the one in charge of Ghana's of today's government. Bawumia is not in charge. The people who are in charge is your friend is say Kufuado and Kenoforiata. Until they will try and bring some policies Na Bawumia Babontia can say, oh, these policies are money Banwa Ghana for he's part of it. But they know that the mindset of the Ghanaian are very shallow, and they know. That is why they play politics with our minds. That is why I'm telling you, say, to hell with Nana B's or Transit said the president should what? Withdraw emission levy. And now the timing is wrong. For me, it's nothing to do with the timing. Say you're wrong, say you're right. Ghana is facing difficulties. It is no fault of any Ghanaian. It is the fault of the people we voted for them. The people we voted for them and we entrusted them to lead the nation out of poverty misled us. The people that we entrusted our raw materials to negotiate so that we will benefit lied to us. They abused the resources. They couldn't negotiate well on our behalf. And that is why today we go begging the Chinese, who in 1976, they were referred as backward people. Today we go to China, begging them on our knees. It is because the leaders leading us have empty heads. Sometimes, what now will say, where did we go wrong to get such leaders? Such wicked people who only think about them, their selfish greediness and stealing. I'm not saying the system in UK is perfect. I haven't said that. I am not saying, say, the system in UK the best. But I'm saying, say, here in UK, at least, people don't steal from the Brits and send the money to Ghana for Ghanaians. But in Ghana, we steal from Ghanaians by Ghanaians and bring it to the Europeans to enjoy. Is it not nonsense? Is it not foolishness? Inferiority complex. Inferiority complex. So listen to how Akufo-Addo speak. Listen to how our people speak. They speak as if they are the sons and daughters of Great Britain. No respect to us. No love, no caring. They come out with taxes, and you find people living in UK saying, oh, Ghana for the muntia taxes. Those people are sick in their head. I say to them, they are sick in their brains. If they think, say, in UK, the taxes they pay here, we should also pay same in Ghana. Those people are mad. They do not understand the reason why taxes was first of all introduced. I've said to people, say, we cannot just always copy from Akwesi Broni. Anything Akwesi Broni by there is a reason. And there is also a purpose. In Tiawadi, yes, just last year, they were giving visa to people from Ghana anyhow in the social care industry. But this year, they said they are not going to give people visas anyhow. Do you know why? Because last year, they needed more hands. Because after the COVID-19, they lost a lot of staff. So they needed more hands. That is why they had to bring that system that will enable foreigners to come and work. So akwesi broni one sorry fiti preko pen kase me ye biribi obeye biribi a asetire bi wom ba ye de akwesi broni a ye din akofa na etu company abeye without any understanding, without engagement, without any education. Akwati say policy bi ye adwuma wa America na yakofa policy naba. And these things, we must be careful. And we need to understand. So this country, Ghana, if we don't speak up and stand up for our rights and know our responsibilities as a nation and that of the ministers and MPs, the executive, the judiciary, the legislature, and the government bodies we will always be crying and shouting. Now let me tell you why, even first of all, there was an introduction of taxes. I shared it on one particular platform, and I think that I will share it here for the purpose of education. Because I've told you, Obaha, you bring your book, your exercise book, and you come here and you learn. Kofi Afun Motivations, Kofi Michel, Kofi Boyjuma, Wasa East, or stand as independent candidate. Follow no. And Mwebia Kofi here be a person between the Abuani Bia, Yamfam because we need an independent candidate. I'll make up Kontonkron MP, Member of Parliament. I'll make yes, some no candidate. I'll my face the country members, freedom fighters, and believe that it can be done. Or Ghana, Menoka say, with Jabibia or USA, and a we denounce on the citizenship. An idea. Utien Kofu, what was that Easter? Or me say, a Yakufia Fumwana, yepe. Yes, because or you freedom fighter or you face the country member. And what Jim Kofu, what would do a man to say? They with me and no woman as a son woman shabre. In 2024, a few way, you will see one of our members, our parliament, Kofi Afun, no kwa. You walk and Kofu so a count. If you want to assist him, Kofi Afun motivations, Facebook, YouTube, contacting or ideas, be advice, be terms of funding and other things, support a good call. Now, remember income taxes. The first time I introduced you income tax, and now the first time I implemented income tax, it was introduced here in UK by a young man, by a man named William Pitt. And the younger William Pitt, the budget of December 1798. And now William Pitt introduced income tax. And Kroma 1798. I was also adding William Pitt introduced taxes, a year income tax, the first implementation of income tax by William Pitt, the younger, in the budget of December 1798. And William Pitt introduced tax. William Pitt introduced income tax because now here a year weapons to fight Napoleon. And then I'm so here weapons no here sika. And they are taught akade a omobeko akokun abo omoman ho ban a Great Britain. So the budget of December 1798 said you ready your budget ya na bi mudi emission tax ashemu na bi edi 419 beka chance aban withdraw no or ya aware already no. William Pitt also introduced budget income tax the first time 1798 to pay for weapons and equipment in preparation for the Napoleonic War. Inti yebekwa kuntino yehia sika. Inti sani yehia sika nintino. Yembo modern. Na sebi yo kwan bi abefa so bia. Ya hede ya jeji sika. And we introduce this particular your friend is income tax by Napoleon. Yeah. Yeah, na me check here say be a noise be or Facebook background no mama me. If there is any noise, mama say noise be or background na e wo Facebook am say wa mon kan chere me. Say noise be or background wa me say mo mon kan chere me. Why? Enti Ghana no edenti na ye prepare am say ye tuatua taxes bebrebe na obi ti abrocha na Ghana for mu tua tax. Obroni e di bibi ba won fam ba keke. Or the asichere ba. Or the education ba. Or the engagement ba. Because mine nyam ba akofo de a. Na nipa ba akọ sọrọ na okoda na de tibo eban mu a oba abonten a de open na obekere ye. Da bi entisa. It is any uhumi wa ha. Na me kyerɛkyerɛ mu akosi sɛ na nabi abonten a waba a wo beka sɛ aban no withdraw emission tax. Now the timing is wrong. No? Na nabi abeka sa because when him say Ghana for the do no ya adwene mu ye mere. When him say Ghana for the do no ya adwene mu ye mere. Enu ntina me person wo ti ase ese. Ye mu bi ya adwene mu ye mere ti e beka no kre. Achire. No kre no e beka ache on ne say aban we or the azan or person or the ya no the winning power. Or the nada and drop no person or the winning power. O ma ye ninda. Now ebusia tie. The ekoswa eba nyina. Ye wo nkuro bi a yentua income tax. Yentua tax e we income so. Womo di woma gudie no a ekuro no wono. Ana womo de develop kuro no. Ekuro bi te say Qatar, Bahrain, Kuwait. Yentua taxes ewo income tax ho. Womo de oil do a womo wono ana womo de CSC kuro no. Ghana a good dia ye wono e do so saying the Bahrain wo. Ghana a good dia ye wono e do so saying the Kuwait wo e do so saying the Qatar for wo. Aden na yenkwan ye de abusua bibisa wo. Ye sori anopa na ye sori awia. Near the taxes ye de pia yen sa. Taxes yisusu ye tua ye hunu adwuma eyema ye. Ubekọ Ghana ye rose ye poor. Enso aban no atoto V8 di ama MPs no mutim. Aban no to V8 the ama IGP ni COPs. Aban no to V8 the ama CEOs, MMDCs. Now the nation is suffering. Uko Kuwait and Tessa, Uko Qatar and Tessa, Uko Bahrain and Tessa, Uko Oman and Tessa. This will be tiabruchile. No sonne da ye bi no kodini chicken and chips bi. No kodini burger bi, kodini McDonald's bi. Na won nwene because junk food na dite na adwene mu no tiabruchile so abruchile for tua taxes. Ka chele say taxes abruchile ye tua no. And na mabontia me who say roads are being fixed. Abruchile roads no expiry date da. Ghana, this a road no etutu adane manwo ekuru nkofo te said the enra ekunkum nkofo. Last year over 2,000 Ghanaians died on the roads all over Ghana. Over 2,000, 8,000 casualties. When people come to you and they are lying you with sweet lips, words that will make you feel like I have to vote for them. Think that there are bad roads in Ghana. Think that the roads in Ghana is killing people. Think. Don't just follow their words. Because where their words are different from the actions on the ground. Their words is empty. Their words is shallow. Their words does not inspire us. Their words is full of deception. For 40 years, NDC and NPP, tell me something significant. Tell me. Then they will tell you, oh, it's you shouldn't say it like that. We are building a country. Deng Xiaoping, go and read about him if you've not read about him. It took just 11 years. It took 700 million people out of poverty. My father-in-law, Rollins, 18, 19 years could not take Ghanaians out of poverty. My father-in-law, Rollins, 18, 19 years could not take Ghanaians out of poverty. Oh, you don't know that Rollins was my father-in-law? Yes, you don't know. Took people, he couldn't take people out of poverty. And we used to laugh about it. And they will say that our people don't have the brains. The leaders are wicked and evil. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you this. You can love your political party, but don't love the political party more than the Ghana that gave you an identity. I keep saying this. I've not seen anybody born and bred here, an English person that loves Ghana more than England. I've not seen one. I have not come across an English person. I'm not talking a British person. I'm saying English. Brunifita. Loving Ghana more than Great Britain. I haven't seen one. They will never do that. They are very patriotic. They care. They love. Yes, they will love you, the outsider. They will love you, the foreigner. But they will never love you more than their country. But as for us, we love the outsiders more than our country. And we do our country so bad and evil, forgetting that we call Ghana Mother Ghana. How wicked can we be to our mother? I'm asking you. How can we be so wicked and evil to steal from our mother and give the money to the outsider? And the outsider will use the money to develop their country. And we come and we visit and we say, oh, look how beautiful their country is. Look at their roads. Look at how clean their skyscrapers look. Look at the edifices. Look at the abundance of water. That people go to the bathroom and they wash themselves without carrying a bucket on their head. We gave it to them. We gave it to them. I've said this and I'll say it. The wisdom of the black man is always needed and is being used in the land of Akwesi. But the wisdom of the Ghanaian, we don't use it in our own country. Because once you speak like Dr. Ren, the people will say, oh, he's too known. What is wrong if I know? It's knowledge, Kofi Mwakwaba. What is wrong if Kofi knows? What is wrong if Nakwale knows? What is wrong if Alberta knows much? What is wrong? What is important is that you tap in what we know to benefit our nation, so that our nation will also prosper. Because after all, who doesn't like beautiful things? Who doesn't like the finest things in life? Who doesn't want the finest things in life? It is because of finest things in life. And until I know me, Johnny free or my gun and my better will be a brooch. We know me a do back room. You see, Uncle, you crum cry, see, Uncle. Because you crum. The papa be new on my head. We were once upon a time forced to come here. We were put in dungeons. We were put in castles. We were forced to come here. They were putting hundreds of our people just in one room. A room as the size of a bedroom. People were forced. Our forefathers were defecating on themselves. They wee on themselves in the dungeon. No electricity, no light. Just to come here. We were forced to come here. But this has not been a lesson for our leaders. It has not been a lesson for them to learn. No. What is the lesson? The lesson is simple. That once that we were forced to come here, we should have built our country. We should have believed in ourselves and built our own empire. Build our own Ghana and be proud of it. But today, no. Our leaders are stealing and are in a hurry to drop it in UK, to drop it in Germany, to drop it in France. Our leaders are in a hurry to say that their children schooled in Cambridge and Oxford. Our leaders are in a hurry to go and stand at the walls of CNN and take photos. Our leaders are in a hurry to go and pose on the walls of CNN and take photos as president, just to show that they also came to CNN premises. If we are wise, and if we were wise, we will build our country. But today, they are not even forcing us. We are begging them at the embassies. We are going to the mountains to pray to God, that God, if you give me American visa, if you give me the British visa, I will go to the church and sow a seed of thanksgiving to God. I see, ladies and gentlemen, I say all these things, Bossman Kashman Wakwaba. I say all these things for you to understand something. That unless and until we love Ghana first than our political party, NPP and NDC, we will go nowhere. And we will be a laughing block when we go to UK. Germany, France, USA, they will be laughing at us, even though they will give us opportunity. They will still laugh at us. Because you put the NDC first. You will go and queue at the embassies. If you put NPP first, you go and queue at the embassies. But if you put Ghana first, if NDC is misbehaving, you will speak up. If NDC is misbehaving to your mother Ghana, Your mother, you will speak. If NPP misbehave, you will speak because it is your mother. Nobody jokes with my mother. I swear. For the first time, I'm swearing on my platform. Nobody jokes with my mother because that is what my father taught me. Nobody joked with my father's wife, my mother. No, he would tell you that if you joke with my wife, he will kill you. Not spiritual, physical. But we have sat down for NDC and NPP to joke with our mother Ghana and still look the way our children are walking up and down, carrying head pans, and we give them a name. Kayayi. When the slave master told us that we were slaves, we were angry. When Akwesi Broni told us that we are slaves to them, we said, no, we are not. We were upset with it. But today the slave master is not calling us slaves. We are rather calling our own daughters. We are calling our own daughters that they are kayayis. They are head porters. Since when did you see a woman carrying things? An English, an American, a Spanish, a Portuguese, their children walking around with bucket, with headpans, carrying load for people to feed themselves. Show me one place and I'll give you 50,000 pounds, even though I may not have it or I have it. But that is not even the case. The case is that you continuously love your NDC when even NDC misbehave to your mother. You continuously love the MPP when MPP disrespect your mother. So today when my mother sit on the dinner table with America, with Great Britain, with France, with Australia, with China, with Germany, my mother bows her head. She cannot look at Great Britain and say, I am proud of my country. My mother cannot do that. My mother cannot look into the eyes of France and say, hey, I have built my country. My mother can't do that because her children have disappointed her. That is where today, look at the brilliant and beautiful girls of Volta region, the beautiful girls of Ashanti region, the beautiful, sweet, sumptuous girls of Greater Accra, the Central region girls, the Western, that they say the best come from West. Go to Western region and you cry. And yet they say the best comes from West. The best in terms of stealing our natural resources and dumping it and sending it to America, sending it to China. That is the best. But not the best in terms of infrastructure. Not the best in terms of development. So go to Volta region and see. For the years of voting for the NDC, go there and see. Lack of development. Go to Ashanti region and see. For the years they voted for the MPP, lack of development. That is why, Dr. Red, I tell you, I will never follow any political party. Never again. Because I know them. That they do not mean the words that they speak. I know them. Because if you mean the words you speak, and you say free education, I want to see the Minister of Education's children attending the same free education. I want to see it. If the Minister of Education is shouting free education, why is it that his children are not attending the free education? The basic schools, why must their children go to America? Why is it that the MP sends their children to United States of America? Why must Adjoa Safo send children to the USA to learn? Why must Kufuado's and Cole's children be in Europe and America to have the best of life, the best of system? They don't care. They don't love. And that is why for me, I say, these people will tell you that you are the villager. They will tell you that your eye is not opened. They will tell you, but really and truly, they are the villagers. They are not enlightened. They are inferior people. And that is why they send their children abroad in a haste and in a hurry. and they don't care. To build, to construct, and leave a legacy. I tell you, I come from the family of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. It's no news, and I don't say it braggadociously. No, I don't. But I say it in all humility, that my grandfather, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah's one wish is to see that his record is being broken. The only wish from Dr. Kwame Nkrumah is to see that somebody has come after him that did exceedingly, mightily, and abundantly than him. And that is when he will rest well. That is when he will know that, yes, the black man is capable of managing his or her own affairs. But with these leaders in the name of NPP and NDC, that call themselves the Nkrumahs, but when they got power, they destroyed many of Nkrumah's policies and institutions. Oh, is it the NPP that call themselves the private sector political party? And yet when they get power, they collapse more private banks, more businesses. You cannot trust these people. Don't be ashamed. I was once upon a time like you, a defender of NDC and NPP. I have campaigned for NDC before and I've campaigned for NPP before. I know them so well. My dear, I know them so well. And that is why sometimes when I talk with passion. You don't know them, but I know them. I've sat on planes with them. I've sat in classrooms with them. I've sat in meetings with these people. I've dined with them. I've drunk the soft drinks with them or the hard drinks with them. And I see their brains. And when they open their mouths, what comes out of their mouth, oh, I ask myself, is this the leaders that leads our nation? Then our country is in a big problem. Tell me one thing that you never heard a Kufuor say or preach about. Tell me. Maybe I met Tiffy also. Today, what is the story? Tell me one thing. See, if they are truthful, I will tell you. And that is why till today, the two leaders I so respect and admire of all of them are Dr. Kwame Nkrumah and Professor Fifi John Evans Atabius. Of all the leaders, and these are the people that were doing mightily, and they lied upon them. Today, here we are. Here we are, lacking behind when it comes to infrastructure development. Look at China. Look at Dubai. Today, Dubai has become a reference point when we say go to places where it is developed. We mention Dubai. Today, when we want to say that a place is developed, we say Dubai, the land of the desert. The land of the desert has become a developed place. Baby, a esresu, would be a banchia, emfifi. Would be a body and mankini, emfifi. Would be a tomatoes, emfifi. Assassin were dimming. Atene, ya bo mo abodini. Edi entra. Omo dwene. Omo hunu se esu omo sikro no. Na enchiri mapa bia wo chene bi. Omo nso hu ankokyere wo omo. Abrabo na ye bo. Ye twa kwan ma ye kwada no. Eho to wo omo. Ye mbloko kwan no. Na mo omo wakyere wo omo. Enti se me hunu so obi ti abro kyire. Na ne de ne se me de me ba ye me bre ye ntimi ne bi bebre a wo jimifo. Omene. They were decamfo wa brabo. Ye twa kwan. Ema wonum wa di akire. E woto wo. Usa abrochire na wo ba ye. Sankasa na wo broni mentality tie. Sa me bra ye ntino ma me nchiri ma be bra a. Enka kwa bana wanim tuntum sa Dr. Ray. Wa bodwo tuntum sa me de. Ka wo so benya kwan ni bi aba. Na ma wo nua bi nso aba. Ya bi abro wo ye tirimu. Politicians for ya brofo. So yes, obroni. Obroni, abroni. Yene ya brofo. Yene tirimu esumwo. Now they are one share na mo isle go na wo hu ada akese 10 bedrooms. Obi antim. Aya de wo hu no. Ewi asori dan no ani atum. Na nkonfo de da abonten. Obi so abrochire de nkonfo de da abonten. Me ne umi enu koye kurom a abrofo mo da abonten. And I won't tell that me catch. Abrochire kran nkonfo de da abonten. Me ne umi enu ye sori koye kurom ne. Abroni no benya dan adem. Me ne umi enu nti na mo da abonten. No mo kra da no mo da abonten no mo pe. Kosinta entampe no ene kolebu powder no mo fefa ne nti. Ena mo bede da abonten. Se wo se be wan sidan wonni ne wo sibia sidan wa wo ba bi benya bi dan mu dia obroni no da abonten wo pa wo no so bede bu bi. Me ne umi enu kwaye kurom a omo na abonten. Dia mo njai sense mu no keka. Ma dwene ne sha nti na ya mo de abrochire compare when it comes to things that are negative, but when it comes to development, person would never compare. You don't want to compare the roads in Canada to the roads in Kumasi, Obuasi, Takoradi, Accra, Cape Coast, Sunyane. You don't want to compare with development, but you want to compare the negatives. What do you say? But then you are politicians. Akwana why the politician in a man so tiabruchri, or enjoy, or plane ticket first class. We are in Sika. Omu yoma ka kire so me ne omu yenu ya ye papa no man bobra omu no papa bobra da bi ye papa no mo nya akromfo wo mo ya akromfo na mu wi a o man na japade e de betena France, USA, Germany, Australia, Canada, China, Singapore. Fabi abushia ye be koswa ye education we open time ye be talk ye maami first ye ja ye nuanom political parties no. Because ye maame no ne fruma mu ane de nam tu kwan wono ne ma ye passport me yekodu USA ne ye da anase enso ye nda anase ye nti no ane ye ma ye nuanom NDC and NPP take advantage. And if I am to say the government be enu aba aban mu a when it comes to corruption when we are wo man Ghana asin yakufo ado aban wo mo die maka kire. So wo pesa sabonsam bi ne watia no so a fa yakufo ado din fa to na ase na bom pa ye na huri se metia bonsam so metia bonsam so obonsam ni din no wo to nwum no a ehon yi free wo obonsam bi nye wo wonhia obonsam bi da obonsam no ne yakufo ado nti wo kan ye na ntiase anya adwuma wo kan ye na mantiase anya adwuma sa yakufo ado meguri makosoro osoro metie kufo ado so ono na de timu a dene enam ne so ana o man no ye di apeni ye twa ye mu nso a yesu because bosha what they share when timi enti ne dodo waso emfa mo nko IMF what the yakọ enei ye maame ne mo enkokurafo ne merewafo esenka wo mo gi wo mani wo ma ho mo giem wo ma som wo man Ghana 30-40 years amone nam pa ye nchawsi ye o musika o mo de afem ye no ye mfa bi ma wo mo fa ntonno akufo ado se da bi da woni ne nua ken ofui ata na ne liver eye ne ya wo kwa America e ko spend $350,000 US e de ye liver transplant o mo ntimi nyesika ne bi emfa ntuatua ye maame no pensioners ye papa no pensioners ka afiwe wo mo twi wo mo tan kosoro ebesi from wo mo
any and to asubia de my afiwe NPP etwe wo mu ko heaven eba wo mu ni and to asubia de my afiwe ye besise wo mu pew wo mu mpew ye besise the emerity and 7 December aba adukwe opew wo mpew obebobo adanya NPP co-opposition sikewia no dos media e sikewia no so the wadwene ya wo say sisi ada pa 2 million no edoso media ebi mo maka kire mu me see there are billionaires in NPP. This Ekufuado's government Ekufuado ebusuafo are billionaires, not billion cedis, US dollars, not Canadian dollar, US dollar, not Zimbabwean dollar, US dollar. Makas answer mwachere. You thought they send you diagro. You thought they send you yin kwa because who the own political party and a fraweni. Ti ubana wunu say me bashi NPP na wofu. Ubana wunu say me bashi NDC na we dwa me maka kire wo plus wo minus wo. I will continuously be myself, Dr. Ren. Me here will capre, me here will teku. Me ni be there, and so me dino crime me my Ghana because ya be wunu say ye manwa ye wo mo wa no fa marketing consio ye manwa ye be wo mo wa no nkotena fom e wo school dem timba bi ani ha wo odum ni sapele ni ma ho Ghana bi ani ha wo enso nya be bitina abusia o time a wu yenzimeni de shi krobianzima akotokom ni apokenwe me ameno no wo ena esa osesa wa adwene wo ena esa obeka me ho ne de mother Ghana esi eni so ne fight yankofo ekode na Abidjan keka omoko ne na ma ya mosu krom si Abidjan efo hey wow pesha kwan eni odu South Africa dia ne obeka wow eni okodu Dubai so ka say wow ubagana si ekura sepa na wuti na wo support sa NPP nyamema wo adwene sachira nana mo emboa na sisa wa adwene because you own your own thoughts, not politicians. God bless Ghana. God bless our homeland Ghana. Make our nation great and strong, bold to defend forever. I mean, first that case here, Mamu and Mobaba Shemi na. Now I mean that a year Philida say noble. We dear ma number 1. Henry James Fimida say David Kwabana say Manasi Ken watching me say Ebenezer as a year see do Wadada. I have to return Wadada and then we are my friend Wadada. Nana HR, Nana, it is saying, Ernestina, Tam wa Kufi, or say, Tairi, Eweti, Ghana Van Dam, and so I say. Facebook mass for Facebook for me, Damasi. YouTube, so mass, or saying discipline, and EKO, good talk. Thank you so much, sir. Me no be any a year a friend is saying. A cracking bia NDC and people me a craft we ba na work cancer fin we ba na media ye misi Ghana first o kame ho a ye mboa ye maame ye a ye nuane mo we nkrase north south east and west obi an ho beto no. Thank you so much Nanaya. Thank you Albert Anochi on YouTube TV, Dr. Ren TV. Thank you so much. I'll bring you something very educational. Achina and come on, person many woody. We'll learn about how to build self-discipline. I will talk about how to build self-discipline, and I will take you to Marcus, the Aurelius, the emperor of Rome, and how we use to discipline at the building Rome. And when we talk about Rome, we're talking about this. Italy for year, we'll talk about it because we need to do more education. One of the things that how indisciplined we are, and how Ghanaians are. I call Ghanaians as we are spoiled. I mean, forgive my French. We are spoiled brats. Ghanaians always want something new. But when we get a new thing, how do we maintain it? Do we even maintain it well? Or here a sipon, or here you rude, a better tiap and some. We want new things, but when we get the new things, lack of discipline and how corrupt our leaders are. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. And God bless you all. Thank you so much. Take care, and we'll talk again. YouTube for Akpe Kakakaka. Mindanya French. Mindanya French. You radon. One love. Ghana first.